to reconnect into this game. It's like the only time my LoL has ever crashed on loading screen, so I apologize for this. I'm going to try my best to get back in as soon as physically possible. We do still have a stream in, so don't worry. We're fortunate in that sense that I don't actually stream the game, so Bass is going to carry the action regardless. But I'm actually going to I'm not going to or anything, so you can watch the game. I don't want to try and mess around with anything. And I am reconnecting right now, so bear with me just for a little while, please. Fun times, Bass. Fun times. It's typical. Awesome game, LOL crashes. So I'm on the loading screen now. I assume you're in the game already, Bass, right? Alright, so... everyone is... Okay, I'm in. 1 minute 20, is that correct? Alright, so I'm in and everything is going fine, so fortunate in that sense, but let's get right into the action here of game number 1 between Moscow 5 and Fnatic. Of course, if you were following the Chaos TV coverage of the Corsair Vengeance Cup, you would know that Moscow 5 came runners up just behind CLG EU, so they've done remarkably well in the last online tournament they played, which is just a couple weeks ago, and Fnatic looked very strong last night when we saw them play, so this is real mouthwater right here. Going to see Moscow 5 pushing up in force. 4 players going to be coming onto this blue buff. Nautilus is quite injured from those wolves, so he's not going to be able to do anything here to stop this blue buff, otherwise he may be going down. Carter's going to spam those late wastes, as Peke will be trying to pick up a few kills here. But nothing is going to happen. Blue buff has gone down to the hands of Lee Sin on Diamond proc, so very early counter jungling there, and that's definitely going to be a theme of Diamond as this game goes on. Watch out for him, just counter jungling all the time. Those wraiths are going to be his, everything's going to be his, especially against a jungler like Nautilus as well. You want to apply the pressure, and it wants to be thick and fast. Nautilus really relies on having a lot of ganks and having his farm behind him as well. Speaking of Nautilus, Cyanide is going to be picking up this red buff, and such a good buff for him, of course. He can slow down in those lanes. His ganking kind of threat is much stronger as a result of red, and of course he couldn't have picked up blue even if he wanted to, because Moscow 5 were there to pick that one up underneath his nose. Is he going to try gank at top lane? Doesn't look likely at the moment. He's being really heavily smashed upon by those golems. And he's going to be on extremely low health after this encounter, so he's not going to be ganking at top. He should be going back very soon. Lee Sin has picked himself up his own blue as well, now level 3. Let's have a look where he's putting his points. He's put 1 in everything, so he has 1 in Sonic Wave, 1 in Safeguard, 1 in Tempest as well. Let's have a quick look-see at this bot lane. How's it faring off between Urgot and Taric against Graves on Soraka? Not too much action so far. By and large, after the 3 to 4 minute mark, not too much is going on. Noxian Corrosive Charge wasn't fired off from Urgot there. The stun did come in from Taric, and the reason that wasn't fired in is because he hasn't put a point in there. He's actually took 1 in the Terra Capacitor, which of course is his W, and he has taken 2 in Acid Hunter, which is his Q. So I'm not going to be opting for that AoE poison in Noxian Corrosive Charge just yet. Let's have a look at top lane then. How is this one faring off between the two Juggernauts? Well, Olaf Shushay has taken 2 points from Reckless Swing, 2 points in Undertow as well. He's going to really try and pierce that armour. Of course, he does deal in through the edge with that E. And Jack has taken 2 points in his Empower, 1 in Counter Strike, which he just landed onto Olaf, and he has put down the Ignite as well. This could be first blood going off onto Shushay. Beautiful play there from Darian. Such a strong Jax player, and showing just why there. Gets the first blood onto Olaf. I was about to say he's put 1 point into Leap Strike, but he simply didn't need it for that exchange, and he has just put his third into that Empower as well, so he is going to be hitting really, really hard. Going to get that creep score up as well while Olaf is substituted on the bench. Now going to be moving his way back towards that top lane, but Jax looking strong. Karthus and also Nautilus do bump heads there in the jungle. We're going to go their separate ways though. Karthus back to mid, and Nautilus looking to gank at that top. So Peke is going to try his best to mount as much of an aggressive kind of stance against this Morgana as possible. Morgana actually with a nice skin there. I assume that's the new one that just came out recently. So Alex is trying his best to take down this Karthus. Lee Sin is going to start to push his way down. Will Diamond be able to land that Q? Well, I don't think that's going to need to be answered because the creep wave has pushed that mid tower. So Peke is just going to stand at the tower itself. He's not going to bother too much. Like the animation after the Dark Binding and Morgana looking good. Unfortunately, from Alex's viewpoint, wasn't able to land it. Lee Sin now coming down towards bot lane. Going to put a ward down. Is he going to try gank? Think so, but there is a ward in that bush. So as soon as he walks through here, Fnatic are going to know exactly what's going on yet. Melisande and Lamb are both pulling themselves back there. Don't want to get caught out from that Lee Sin. Especially with a Tarek and Urgot as well to back him up. That's a lot of pain, that's a lot of CC as well. Top lane, Jack's coming under heavy attack. He is level 6 though, looking quite beefy. He has managed to land the counter-strike, stunning both players out. Olaf needs to be careful underneath that tower. Look at this damage from Darian there. Shushay did take a tower hit, but not enough to really make him dangerously low on HP. And of course, when you have Nautilus there as well in the support, not likely Jax would have picked that, but still, beautiful job from Darian holding off that two-player onslaught and still able to stay in lane, and Olaf having to recall once again. So Jax is really getting the upper hand at that top lane. 40 creep score to Olaf's 35, so Olaf is still quite close. He has gone back and picked up that Heart of Gold. Now you do have Jax with the early Phage, and you'll have to just see Karthus pulling back and get the Catalyst of the Protector. Hold that thought though. Going to have some damage there on Graves. Cleanse has been used. Acid Hunter comes in. Will the last tick be enough? The answer is a no. So close to going down there from Ignite, I think that was. And so unfortunate not to fall from the viewpoint of Moscow 5. Yeah, Ghost Pepper has Ignite. Here comes Alex. They're going to try and finish this one up. He has landed a Dark Binding. And a Tormented Soil onto Soraka. That's going to be a very dead support. That's going to be a dead Melisande there, as Morgana will pick that one up. Urgot chiming in with the assist as well. Now going to be pushing up towards that blue, as Lee Sin will pick that one up. Such beautiful play from Moscow 5. They are like a well-oiled machine. They just move in unison. They take that opposition jungle. They get the kills. Very smooth, fluid play. So at Moscow 5 off to a blinding start here. Morgana has gone back, picks up the Sork Shoes, 2 Doran's Rings, and has 2 Sight Wards as well. So she's going to have nice coverage of that mid when she comes back. Olaf is on the prowl for a kill here at the top lane. Jack's just juking around. The ring around the Rosie right now. Nice reckless swing, but here comes a Requiem from Karthus. Is it enough to finish off Jax? Not just yet. Ghost has been pulled though from Shushay. He hasn't finished off this kill somehow. Just one hit. And Jax is dead. There's the reckless swing finally. And Brolaf gets his man, but here's Lee Sin. Beautiful Q use. Gonna finish that one up as well. What about that from Diamond Prox? We were hyping him up before this game, saying he's such a good Lee Sin player, showing us just there what he's capable of doing. And Moscow 5 take the 3-1 lead in style here. Alex was trying to land a Dark Binding after feel onto Peke in mid, but not going to do anything with that, and Karthus will be pulling back to mid very comfortably indeed. Yeah, I apologise before, guys. Apparently I was saying PK, and that's kind of the way I've always called him, but apparently that's wrong. So Peke, well, yeah, Peke apparently is correct, so I'll call him that from now on. Either way, speaking of the man, he is going to come under quite a lot of harassment once again from Morgana. Let's have a look at bot though, because Tarek has managed to weasel as well into that bush. Big damage surely going to be following soon here. Exhaust has been used onto Urgot just as a safety precaution. Graves did not want to come under that kind of harassment. Jax has been pushing it top in the meantime. Thought we may have some confrontation, not to be the case though. And it seems to me that actually Urgot hasn't put a lot of points. No, he hasn't. He's only put 1 into Noxian Corrosive Charge there, which of course I thought he had none in actually before I clicked on that one. We are going to see Jax once again getting ganked at top lane from Nautilus and Olaf as well. Because I didn't see Noxian Corrosive Charge go down before onto Graves. I'm not sure if it was on cooldown or what, because I just switched over there. But he does have a point in, and of course he only really needs 1 point in there. It's just to get that kind of aim locked on with Acid Hunter. Lee Sin is going to be going on to Dragon. Urgot and Tarek are on their way up. There is no ward coverage right now from Fnatic, so they have no idea what is going on. Of course, the fact that the AD carry and support have suddenly disappeared from their lane will give their spidey senses a bit of a tingling, as Lee Sin could definitely be dropped here. Very quick reactions as soon as they saw the AD and support leaving the lane. Quick on the case, quick on the trail, did pick up a kill onto Diamond, but the Dragon is a nice compromise there. Here comes Depth Charge from Nautilus. Are they going to be able to finish this one onto Morgana? Soul Shackle's been used. Beautiful play from Morgana. Can she finish off the kill to Karthus? What about that for a kill from Alex onto Karthus? 1v2, Depth Charge used. All kinds of ability popped onto Morgana, and she comes out singing and gets the kill as well. 4 for 2 is the scoreline. And this game is definitely living up to the hype so far. What a game this has been. 10 minutes through, and we've already had action all over the map. An early Dragon as well. And you're going to have Morgana 2 for 0, Jax 1-1-1, and Lee Sin 1 for 1. On the opposite team, Nautilus 1-0-0 and Olaf 1-2-0. Who is the top CS getter so far? It's going to be Karthus. 102 has the catalyst of the Protector and the Blasting On. And as we saw last game, Karthus does love that Rod of Ages. Looks to be getting added to his item build once again in this game as well. It's just going to be very, very strong for him as the game progresses on. Graves under heavy attack from Tarek. I'm not sure what Urgot is doing here. Has Genji DC'd? It appears not. He was taking a lot of damage from the minions there. Maybe that was me that lagged, but that was kind of strange. Maybe he was baiting out there, trying to say, oh, look, I've DC'd up. Not quite yet. And then picked up the kill, but he did finally start moving there. Graves takes a couple more hits for his troubles, but not enough to really worry. A nice switch over there from Urgot. Will this be Graves biting the dust? Cleanse has been used. Ignite's down as well. Requiem has been used though from Karthus. Look at that damage. Soraka's going to try and come in for the kill and actually gets it. So the support there from Fnatic. Flashing in, auto-attacking Urgot down. Soraka too strong. And now Tarek is going to be forced to recall with such low HP. Cannot afford to stay around for too much longer, as he doesn't want to give his life away needlessly. Awesome play there from Karthus though. Seeing and realizing there was a problem at bot lane, counteracting very quickly with Requiem. Of course, that's one of the main strengths, one of the main perks about being a Karthus. You can influence the battlefield from anywhere on the map, and did a great job just there. So Peke has 3 assists now. And that blue is going to be stolen yet again from Diamond. The timing is always on. Soul Shackles used from Alec. This could be yet another kill. Wall of Pain has been used in retaliation though from Karthus. Is that enough? Yes, it is. Depth Charge onto Lee Sin. Perhaps they've counter-jungled one too many times here. But Lee Sin, using Tarek for that safeguard, is going to leapfrog away and be just fine for now. Now the attention could be turned onto Morgana. Wall of Pain has been landed, but Karthus has absolutely no mana. Maybe for 1 or 2 relay wastes at most. Nautilus isn't even going to bother to fire up that dredge line and try and pull Morgana back. They realised they did not have the damage, as Karthus was and they couldn't have picked up that kill. So a bit of a shame, but a nice play though from Moscow 5. No kills went down at exchange, and they managed to steal themselves yet another blue. And Karthus really does need that blue to spam away those lay wastes. Also, of course, the cooldown reduction is great for his Requiem, his ultimate. So far they're doing a good job of keeping him in check. That being said though, Karthus currently has a lead. In fact, hold that thought and have a gank at top as Nautilus has came straight up. Darian on such low health is surely going to go down. Nice flash though, and the counter strike as well is just going to manage to save his life. Lee Sin's going to start to push up towards top, hiding in that bush. Will he go for a kill? Don't think so. He's just going to fill in the gaps while Jax goes back to spawn and regens and recuperates and gets a few more items under his belt. He has got the Sheen, the Ninja Tabi boots, and has just picked up a Sight Ward as well, so he's going to be building towards that Trinity Force more than likely, which of course is such a good item. We've seen Darian do this time and time again. Also likes the Hex Tech Gunblade as well, such a good item for Jax. So going to be dangerous. Lee Sin has landed a Q, not sure he wanted to do that, jumped on in, don't think he realised Nautilus was still there. Lee Sin is going to be going down as Siren flashes in and just smacks him on the backside as he tries to run away back to his tower. And Lee Sin making a bit of a mistake. I don't think he was expecting Nautilus to still be in that bush, but unfortunately for him that would not have been correct. So 4-4 is the overall scoreline, but as you can see, a 1.4k goal difference coming in favour of Moscow 5. They did pick up the Dragon before. They have stole a couple of blues, and looking good at the moment. So let's have a quick look see at bot lane. How is the farm going for these two? Urgot 106, Brutalizer, Chain Vest, probably going to go into a Glacial Shroud and Frozen Heart there with of course Urgot. On the flip side, going to have Graves on 81, just has 2 Doran's Blades and a Vampiric Scepter, has 1,000 gold in his back pocket. Probably going to be saving up towards that BF sword. And, sorry, just a quick drink. Let's have a quick look at mid. Has much changed there? Rod of Ages has been completed on Karthus. Morgana has the Abyssal Scepter. I like this item from her. She likes to be in close proximity of those enemies. Of course, lowering the magic resist by 20 of nearby enemy champions, which is going to allow her Soul Shackles to do just that little bit more damage and to make her a bit more of a pain in the backside there. So definitely one to watch out for. Lee Sin has taken the Madrid's Razors, has the Heart of Gold and the Vampiric Scepter. Of course, he will be going for that Wriggle's Lantern. Nice abilities landed for Morgana. The Abyssal Scepter doing its work right now. Ignite has been popped and the Soul Shackles. And Peke's got absolutely decimated. He pops off the Requiem. And actually, that could end up getting them the kill at bot lane onto Urgot as the swap will come in. This could be a beautiful juke here as the safeguard has been used as well. Will this be a kill onto Urgot? Oh my god, he's going to escape this one somehow. 2 kills have been exchanged. You did actually have Olaf taking down Jax there. Tarek onto Graves at bot lane, but what about that for the great escape from Genja? He knew he was up the creek without a paddle, to put it one way. Used his switch, pulled back towards Dragon. Then Lee Sin was in the right place at the right time. Diamond really coming to the rescue, and that's going to be a free Dragon on top of everything else. Moscow 5, impressive stuff once again from these Russians. You can never quite count them out of any matchup, and wow, they've been playing well so far. But credit to Fnatic as well. They have been going toe-to-toe so far. They are by no means out of this match just yet. Keep seeing Olaf flickering red on my screen, but that's more due to the fact that he is trying to push that tower with absolutely no HP. Jax is nowhere near. Of course, Jax did die before at the hands of Olaf, so Chushe is getting somewhat of a comeback on its rails. Maybe the pain train can continue there at the top lane, and Olaf can really put down some terror. Only time's going to tell. He has finished off the Chain Vest, has a Philo Stone, also has the Kindle Gem, so perhaps gone for the Shariah's Reverie. Has the Elixir of Fortitude as well. Don't see that too much anymore, actually. Not a lot of players do pick up the Elixir of Fortitude in these kind of situations, so it's always good to see. Makes a lot of sense. Gives you quick bursty health, of course, and on top of that attack damage, which is exactly what Olaf requires. And what did Jax pick up while he was on his way at spawn? Well, he did get the Brawler's Gloves and also the dagger, which of course are the components for Zeal. He's going to be going on to Olaf here, landing that counter strike. I don't think Olaf is too bothered here. Reckless Thing does come out, but Ignite has been popped there. Ragnarok for Olaf, just trying to do his best to escape. Nice play. And Jax is not able to capitalize on that weak Chushe. But here comes Lee Sin. Can Lee Sin pick up the pieces? Nautilus is also on his way up here. If Lee Sin can land the Q, this is surely going to be a dead Olaf. He does land that one. Can Nautilus reply? Depth charge used onto Lee Sin. He is going to be able to escape here, flashing away to safety. Cyanide very, very nearly picking up the scalp of Diamond Prox there. Kudos for trying. Unfortunately, the execution wasn't quite there. But either way, that is going to be a dead Olaf. So 2-3-1 for him. Back at spawn again. He just recalled a couple seconds ago, so you have to feel a bit sorry for him. And Jax is looking strong. Here comes Morgana flashing through. I think she was trying to follow up there. I think Alex was trying to follow up. He assumed that he'd landed the Dark Binding, was going to flash through, put the Tormented Soil down, and then pop off the Soul Shackles. Everything counted on that Dark Binding landing. Unfortunately for him, it didn't land, so that was a bit of a wasted flash. Here comes the swap from Urgot at the bot lane. Soraka's going to get absolutely decimated, melted. Her face completely melted off there from Urgot, who picks up another kill. Sorry, it's actually a first kill. I thought he got more than that. He has 2 assists, actually, so he has been in the kills, but not necessarily getting them all himself. Now I'm going to try and harass Tarek back out of that lane. Tarek is going to be taking a few shots from that tower, but he's not going to mind too much. Yeah, quite tanky right now, has the Heart of Gold. Gold per 10 items also, and Cage's lucky pick. Let's have a quick look, see at top lane again. Jax has jumped on top of Olaf. Counter-strike popped as well. Will this be Olaf being dropped? Maybe. He's taking so much damage, and Leap Strike finishing him off there. We did hit a Bromacia before Jax finished things off nicely. So he did try his best to use that Ragnarok to escape, but Jack's just too strong. Has the Trinity Force finished off. 144 creep score to Olaf's 91. And that is one of the resounding features of Darian's play. He could be 3 or 4 kills behind. He's still going to be ahead on creep score. He's such a good last-hitting machine. And that's only going to give him better and better farm, but going to allow him to get earlier items that really do change the face of the game. And you can see right now that even though Olaf did pick up a few kills, when it's a 1v1, he's getting crushed from Jax right now. Let's have a look on the level difference. Jax is level 14, Olaf level 11. Big difference right now there. Top tower has been dropped, so that's going to be 1 apiece. Bot tower did drop previously for the blue team. But the goal difference, 3.9k, just went to 4k in advantage to Moscow 5 after about 21 minutes. That's a substantial lead right now. It's not game ending by any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely important to note. So blue is back up for Moscow 5. The question is Morgana going to go ahead and move on over to pick this one up? I'd expect that to be the case. Yeah, there we go. Alex is going to start to get a wriggle on there over towards blue. Currently level 16. Karthus is level 15. Not a great amount of difference there. Creep score slightly in favour to Morgana. She was behind by quite a bit before. She's picked up the Deathfire Grasp, so she is going to be not just an AoE machine, but also a single target nuke machine as well, if she so pleases. It's going to be incredible stuff from her. Karthus, on the other hand, has finished off a large run. In fact, let's switch back to bot lane. The Sea Grave's getting completely pummeled. Switch has been used from Urgot. Is this going to be enough damage to take him down, though? As we did see a couple of summoner spells being popped. Is Tarek going to go down? No, he won't go down there. We are going to see some kills with mid lane and amongst all that as well. Requiem has been popped. Tarek is going to go down right here. In fact, it's going to be a double kill for Karthus. He took out Morgana beforehand. Olaf onto Jax as well, who was severely weakened from that Karthus ulti. So it just goes to show again that Karthus has a global reach. Doesn't matter where he is, what he's doing. If he pops that ultimate, it's time to get kills. And suddenly, out of nowhere, that top lane is going to be going down from Fnatic. Diamond's going to take this opportunity to push the mid while Karthus is dead and buried. So just all-out action so far, ladies and gents. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. And it really is one of those kind of games that you just want to watch. You just want to cast on if you are a caster. So, awesome stuff thus far. Karthus is looking dangerous right now. Rod of Ages, Large Rod, Sorcerer's Shoes, and a Blasting one. So, could be going for Abaddon's Death Cap relatively soon. He has only 130 gold, so he's going to have to wait a while before he can manage to pull that one off. Lee Sin does pull out Dragon, but realizing he doesn't have any support whatsoever right now, he is going to opt to just pull back. Maybe waiting for Jackson Morgana alongside Urgot to pull themselves up. Or maybe trying to trap the opposition. Longplus being forced to flash away there. Very worried that Lee Sin and Jax were on the prowl and would have finished him off. So you're now going to have 4 players for Moscow 5. Make that 5 with Alex just above them. Around Dragon, they should be taking this one down relatively comfortably. Karthus is going to be going down there from the Deathfire Grasp and the Soul Shackles as well. In the meantime, we're going to have a big team fight kicking off on Dragon. Here comes Requiem from Karthus, does loads and loads of damage, but unfortunately, I don't think anyone's going to follow up on this. Graves is trying his best. He's going to be completely crushed from Jax. And Olaf tried a couple of reckless swings, but not enough to do anything here. And now Urgot, with the Noxian Corrosive Charge, is going to spam away those Acid Hunters on towards Soraka. They're now away from the tower. Surely Olaf is going to end up falling here. Beautiful kick away from Lee Sin, getting Olaf out of their face, but still in contention to get dropped. And Moscow 5 get the team ace without losing a single player. Jax was on low health. In fact, if you have a quick look to the left of your screen, guys, you can see that all of the players for Moscow 5 were around less than half HP in that team fight, but none of them got finished off. None of them, and that's the important thing there. And I think they picked up the Dragon as well. I didn't quite catch that because I was so into the action, but you can see about 7k gold difference up after 24 minutes and a half. Fnatic are definitely under the cosh right now. Would not like to be in their shoes. Let's report on some of these items that have been built up as a result of that last team fight. You now have well, looks like we are going to have a Randuin's Omen on the battlefield here from Fnatic. I do like that pickup from Olaf, especially with the Shri's Reverie on Nautilus as well. And it's possible that we could be having 2 Shri's Reverie with a Kindle Gem and Philo Stone on Olaf. So 2 Shri's Reverie and the Randuin's Omen, that's going to slow down the entire opposition. You're going to engage relatively quickly there. And especially when you have the Karthus as well on your team, you can lay down that wall of pain and really harass when they're slowed down. So definitely one to watch out for. Having said that though, there are no doubts that Moscow 5 are currently ahead on farm by far and away. Again, Lee Sin does try a fairly optimistic Baron, I think that was. Maybe expecting Morgana to follow him up, but that didn't happen, as Morgana seemed a bit more interested in trying to land a couple Dark Bindings onto around the Soraka vicinity. Looks like Lee Sin is going to give up on that one. Karthus is going to go down once again. 3 players from Moscow 5. I have to ask Peke, what were you doing there? You don't have a tower. You're in no man's land behind enemy lines, and you just got punished. And that could be the kill that sets up this Baron. In fact, hold that thought. We are going to see more action here. Lamia is coming under heavy attack from Jax. Here comes the cavalry, though. The beautiful Dark Binding through the wall and the Soul Shackle as well. This is going to be 2 kills at least. Indeed, it will be. Urgot and Morgana, they could pick up the 3rd onto Shushay if they push towards top, but I think they're just going to pull back and try and pick up this Baron now. And when you have Urgot 318, he has the Guardian Angel, Glacial Shroud, the Brutalizer. He is so tanky right now. So tanky and putting out all kinds of pain. This should be a Baron. Olaf is trying his best to lurk around the area, maybe hindering more than anything else. There's no way he can hope to steal this, unless he gets the most ridiculous undertow I've ever seen in my life. But here comes Jax, jumping on over. Ragnarok has been popped. It's not going to do anything to save him, as Lee Sin also hops on across. And Baron will be going down any second now. There you go. So Moscow 5, 20-8 up. About 10k gold up as well. 1 tower up and a Baron up. Not looking good for Fnatic. Karthus has been getting caught out time and time again. Died 5 times here. He does have decent farm, but he's currently 2k, in fact 2.5k behind Morgana on overall gold. Morgana 715, Karthus 255, Barons and Dragons to Moscow 5. Not looking too good. Here comes a Shri's Reverie pop from Nautilus. Not too sure if they're thinking of going for Jax there, but they quickly rethought that decision and pulled back towards their mid tower instead. Interesting play actually from Moscow 5. I just had a quick look at their item build, and you're going to have 2 Deathfire Grasps coming out. Tarek has picked one up as well. Tarek of all people. So you're going to have 2 very heavy nukes landing on an opposition, one of which is from the support, which is going to be quite strange. You also have Warmogs and Trinity Force on Jax, so strong, and an Aegis of the Legion on Lee Sin. So it's kind of difficult to see how Fnatic can pull themselves back into this game. Having said that, that's one of the ways of doing so. Maybe not taking Genja out of the equation, as suddenly Morgana goes on to Nautilus. The switch has been used there from Urgot. Look at how tanky he is right now. Surely Graves can finish this one off. Yes, he can, but they pick up a 2nd kill onto Karthus. That's a 1-for-2 exchange. They're going to try and finish things off onto Morgana here. They will do so with the ultimate from Karthus. And in amongst all that, Urgot actually picked up a kill as well. So nice play from Fnatic. But Urgot took such a long time, took a licking and kept on ticking. And that's the kind of tankiness that I was mentioning before. And really, that's the only way that Fnatic can pull themselves back into this game. If they start to get picks here and there, take down a player or 2 without any retort, without any answering for Moscow 5, then maybe they can pull themselves back in this game. But it's still going to be a massive uphill struggle. Look at how quickly this in-hit tower is going down. Shri's Reverie has been popped there from the Nautilus. Can they pick up either of these kills? Graves is trying his best to go on to these players with the Infinity Edge, trying to get the prime positioning, but Jax is going to jump on top of him with the counter-strike. Don't think they actually landed there, but Jax should be finishing things off nicely. Beautiful play though from Nautilus, pulling it back once again. Can Jax get this kill? The answer is a no. He must be raging. He must want to jump out his window right about now, Darian, because he was so much had so much CC on him. He was slowed for what seemed like forever, and Graves was running away. Trollolol, you can't catch up with me, and you're dead on top of that. So I think Jax must be pretty feeling hard done by right about now, but he's still ahead, still has 6-4-5, and he has been playing great regardless. And Graves can thank his lucky stars right there. Maybe that's where Cleanse really comes to fruition. But to be fair, I don't think Graves has had a huge impact so far in this game. He's been in those team fights, but Urgot is so tanky right now. Jax is very tanky with the Glacial Shroud. You also have Morgana, who has a chain vest, is probably going to go towards Zhonya's Hourglass. So it's difficult to see how the AD carry of Graves can really have a big impact in this game. He only has an Infinity Edge finished off as well, which after 30 minutes isn't too great. Has a 7.9k gold actually to his name, so he has one of the lowest gold amounts in the entire game right now, which really carries doesn't make to such great reading actually. So yeah, I mean, Fnatic are going to have to play Turtle for a little while here. They can't afford to push too heavily, otherwise that inhib could very well be getting taken out. But this will just give Moscow 5 the ability to lurk around their jungle, pick up all of their farm, and basically just to starve, just to choke Fnatic out of this game, because Fnatic can't really push too far ahead. They're, in team fights, by and large, they are getting completely destroyed. And if they do lead in here, as I said before, it could well be getting taken out. But the downside of this is they're not able to lay any of their own wards. When Baron comes back up again, Moscow 5 are going to have a huge upper advantage. As you can see, they do have wards in Fnatic's jungle right now, and there will be more going down before Baron respawns. I'm sure about that one. It seems that Moscow 5 are perhaps going to try and trap here. Unfortunately for them, they've picked the one bush that Fnatic had any wards in it on that side of the map, so kind of unlucky there. Nautilus is going to try and open things up nicely, but look at that damage from Morgana. Nautilus is going to get absolutely crushed. He has managed to survive there. Soul Shackles was used. Karthus will go down. Finally did take down Morgana with him though. Now Gray's going to try his best to try and mount some kind of a retaliation. He's going to get taken out without any problems whatsoever. Requiem does come in. Doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Shushae's going to go down as tanky as he is. 5 or 4 versus 1 is not good odds. And he will be getting taken out regardless. Inhib is going to drop right now from Moscow 5. And with 30 seconds on the board for Olaf, Graves and Karthus to respawn, this could definitely be the GG right here. Moscow 5 are going to try and push this one home, take down 1 Nexus Tower, make that 2 Nexus Towers. Just Soraka is remaining, and of course, as you know, she's the support. There's nothing that she can do against this, and that is going to be game number 1, going to a very confident, very well-oiled machine, Moscow 5, looking like absolute beasts right now. Fnatic are definitely going to have to go back to the drawing board and to figure out how they can mount some kind of a comeback against this, guys. We're going to go for a very quick commercial break. When you rejoin us, we'll be live for game number 2 between Fnatic and Moscow 5. You don't want to go anywhere, guys. This is going to be awesome.